broken home, baby. I can never blame you.
Steve, always a pleasure speaking with you. Congratulations on all the success behind the Polaris Music Prize. How does it feel that every year a Canadian album, a Canadian artist is being celebrated in this manner, especially because it is the critics who actually choose who are the artist and the album is going to be?
It's always super exciting, mostly because you get to feel it's not just about picking a winner and a loser, but about the conversation that happens. And that was the intent when we set up the awards. So it's really nice when you get to take part in some of those conversations.
I kind of jumped around on for folks who don't understand what the Polaris Music Prize is. Please explain.
So the Polaris is a cash award given to the album of the year as determined by a jury of music critics, bloggers, basically anyone not affiliated directly with artists who filters music for a living. That can be, from playlist makers on Spotify to people who work for the CBC running their shows, to, daily music writers, as few of them are left these days. Basically anyone who listens to a big pile of music and then at the end goes, this is really good, and I think you should hear it.
And the folks who are nominated, who get involved with this, because this isn't always about an album that is a top 40 album. These can be artistic albums as well.
Well, and that is not to say that music that is top 40 is not artistic. In fact,
exactly.
We have Jesse Reyes is on our short list this year. But it really is just about the art of music more than the success commercially of the music. We have had some commercially successful artists win in the past, and we've had some complete unknowns win in the past. So really it's about kind of evening the playing field in terms of perception of what's successful.
Thank you for explaining it. You better than I actually said it. So and you can't give all the names, but give me just a few names on some past winners so big people would be familiar with.
There's Arcade Fire, Feist, Caribou, Buffy St. Marie, Patrick Watson, and a whole bunch more. This is our 14th year.
Yeah, there's been a lot of nominees, a lot of winners. You can't give us the full list. Well, actually, you should explain how it's broken down because there's a lot of nominees in the beginning, and it gets slowly broken down to what's next on Monday.
Yeah, so basically the process is that artists or their managers or their handlers don't submit their music. The music is submitted by the jury itself, and it goes right across the country. And at times, hopefully, local artists are also in that mix. Artists who haven't really broken out of their hometown. And there's about 200 or so records that get recommended from that process. That is voted down to a long list of 40, which we revealed in June. And then the same jury votes again and shortens it to a short list of 10. And that's what we'll be picking a winner from on Monday night.
I don't expect you to give me all 10, but you give me a couple of names on who's on that list for the short list.
Well, I already told you about Jesse Reyes. There's Les Louanges from Quebec, who sing entirely in French. Pup, which is pop punk. Dominique Fils-Aimé, who's not purely a jazz singer, but I think people who are into jazz vocalists might be into what she's doing. We have quite a few rappers: Havaya Mighty, Shad, Snotty Nose Rez Kids, and that's just a small sample.
One of the incredible things, too, actually there are two incredible things. One is that even during the awards show, and if you can talk quickly about that, the judges are still trying to figure out who's going to win.
Yeah, so we have a dinner the night before with the 11 grand jury judges, and that's when each record is kind of discussed at length. The next day people wander around the streets of Toronto on our jury and with their headphones on, trying to process some of the arguments they heard the night before. And then we gather at the Carlu while the show is going on, and final arguments are heard, and then the vote happens.
At the show, we get a chance to hear from the nominees who can attend, which I think is amazing. And the other thing, too, is the prize money. Can you talk a little bit about that, please, and what the winners get?
The winners get $50,000, and the runners-up get $3,000, courtesy of Slate Music. But really, the winner gets a significant career boost, as do the shortlisters as well. So it's not really just about the prize money, although certainly that makes it a little, it gives the night a little bit of a drama, more than if it was just a trophy in a lot of cases. But what really happens is that the artists are served a bit of a career boost.
And here's the thing I do want to point out, because personally I think the money is important, because I've had a chance to speak to many of the artists. That money they're not like going out and going, okay, I'm going to buy me a car or whatever. The money goes literally right back into their careers, whether they need new equipment or whatever. That money definitely is needed for them to be able to move on.
For sure. And it depends on what level the artist is at when they're nominated for Polaris. Certainly, in the cases of Feist and Arcade Fire, when they won, they didn't have the same needs, and there were some charities involved in those instances. But yeah, in some other cases, their next recording has been funded by some of their winnings.
Are we going to have a chance to be able to see this online anywhere? What's going to happen with that, or do we just have to wait?
No. Best viewed at cbcmusic.ca.
Sounds like it's going to be a blast. My friend, thank you so much for making time for speaking with me. But more importantly, thank you for what you guys are doing for Canadian music. It's always a pleasure. I'm going to be there, looking forward to that, and looking forward to speaking with the winner and getting the chance to talk to you every year.
Right on. Appreciate it.
Thanks, my friend. Take care. Talk to you.
Bye.